It's been 15 or longer years since I left Hulk Hogan, and my family is the worst mess. Brooke doesn't talk to us. She cut me out. I haven't talked to her for 7 years, almost 8.
Hulk Hogan's ex-wife revealing that their daughter Brooke cut them off 8 years ago. Now Brooke has broken her silence with chilling revelations. According to her, he was a sadistic predator who subjected her to brutal torment. What she has revealed could change everything people thought they knew about Hulk Hogan. The story begins with the golden years and the first cracks. In the world of professional wrestling and reality television, few families seemed as picture-perfect as the Hogans. In the early 2000s, the Hogan family stepped into the spotlight with their VH1 reality series Hogan Knows Best, which ran from 2005 to 2007. The show portrayed Hulk as an overprotective father, especially when it came to Brooke's interactions with others. Viewers saw a wrestling icon trying to balance his career with being a devoted family man who was fiercely protective of his children and appeared deeply committed to his wife Linda.
Here, let's practice, okay? No. Play the piano with me, Brooke, and come on. You guys are like little...
Brooke Ellen Bolia, born on May 5, 1988, in Tampa, Florida, was the golden child of the wrestling dynasty. As the eldest child of Hulk Hogan and his first wife, Linda Hogan, she seemed destined for stardom, pursuing a music career while growing up in the public eye. The family appeared warm and loving, with Hulk often doting on his daughter, supporting her dreams, and playing the role of a protective father who wanted nothing but the best for his little girl. Yet even during these seemingly golden years, there were hints that all was not well in the Hogan household. Viewers who paid close attention to Hogan Knows Best began to notice unsettling dynamics within the family. Online discussions later emerged where people recalled Hulk's behavior toward Brooke as uncomfortable and his treatment of Linda as harsh. As Brooke entered her teenage years and early adulthood, the cracks in the family's image grew more visible. What had once seemed like typical father-daughter moments began to take on a more troubling tone. The show often depicted Hulk as an overprotective parent to the point that many viewers found his actions intrusive, such as tracking Brooke's location or reacting uneasily to her interactions with others. During this time, Brooke was trying to build her independence and develop her music career while facing the pressures of fame and public scrutiny. Behind the scenes, however, what would later come to light suggested she was dealing with far more than the usual challenges of growing up in the spotlight. The family's public image suffered its first major blow when Hulk and Linda's marriage began to fall apart. Their 2009 divorce was messy and highly publicized, filled with accusations of infidelity and bitter disputes that further fractured the once idolized Hogan family.
Had so much together, but that's the key. We had so much together, and all of that's just been shot down, and a lot of water under the bridge there.
At the time, Linda told E.T. Brooke struggled with their split.
Brooke tended to take her dad's side. She felt sorry for her dad. He came to her, and she was trying to just be a support.
During this turbulent period, Brooke found herself caught in the middle of her parents' bitter divorce battle. Linda told Entertainment Tonight that Brooke struggled deeply with the split and often sided with her father, feeling sorry for him and trying to act as his emotional support. This dynamic would become one of many instances in which Brooke felt manipulated and used as a pawn in her parents' ongoing conflict. What made the divorce even more painful for the family was the revelation of just how troubled Hulk had become. In a shocking 2009 interview, one that would later take on new significance, the public got its first real glimpse into the dysfunction tearing the family apart from within. In that interview, Brooke shared disturbing details about her mother's behavior, but also revealed a portrait of a family consumed by chaos, tension, and emotional instability.
Parents, she hasn't seen my face in 6 months.
And
since Christmas, and on Christmas I saw her for...
This interview, conducted when Brooke was just 21 years old, reveals a young woman struggling to make sense of a family collapsing around her. What stands out most is the way she describes her relationship with her mother: strained, complex, and filled with emotional tension, while also hinting at deeper issues within the family's foundation. From that same 2009 interview, Brooke made a chilling observation about what she perceived as normal family relationships, offering an unsettling glimpse into the dysfunction that had long been hidden behind the Hogan family's public image.
But then once you went out and experienced life and what normal people do,
and life is so fun and so
and like the relationship that your friends have with their mom,
yeah,
and how they're not, beaten and kicked and told that they're stupid and and things like that. And maybe that just accentuated how unhealthy and how unnormal you're.
This early glimpse into what Brooke perceived as normal compared to what she actually experienced at home is deeply troubling. Even back in 2009, she was beginning to realize that her family dynamic was far from healthy, though the full truth of what she endured would not come to light for many years. The situation grew even more complicated when Hulk became embroiled in a major scandal that shook the wrestling world. Despite everything, Brooke stood by her father's side when a leaked video surfaced of him making racist remarks while discussing her music career. The incident, which became public in 2015 but involved recordings from 2007, had far-reaching consequences for both Hulk's reputation and the Hogan family's already fragile public image.
And Daddy's little girl, unconditional love also, so I had to explain it to her. She was, Dad, I love you. You made a huge mistake.
Despite the growing controversies and the increasingly strained family dynamics, Brooke continued to stand by her father in public, often defending him and maintaining a united front even as the turmoil behind the scenes intensified.
What he said. But he's my dad. I love him. And you know what? The reason why I'm standing by his side on this whole thing is because I know
this unwavering support from Brooke during her father's most controversial moments would later be seen as part of a larger pattern of manipulation and emotional abuse. She alleged that she had been manipulated, lied to, and used as a pawn in her parents' conflicts, often pressured to publicly defend their poor behavior while others profited from her pain. Perhaps the most disturbing part of these early years was how the family's dysfunction unfolded on national television, with millions of viewers believing they were simply watching lighthearted entertainment. In reality, they were witnessing the gradual breakdown of a young woman's sense of safety and identity. Many of the moments captured on Hogan Knows Best now appear deeply troubling when viewed through the lens of Brooke's later revelations about abuse and manipulation. As the Hogan family's public image continued to crumble through the 2010s, the true extent of the dysfunction within their household began to surface in ways that shocked even the most skeptical observers of celebrity culture. The most devastating revelations came directly from Brooke herself, years after she had finally found the strength to break free from the toxic environment that had shaped her childhood and early adulthood. In a 7-slide Instagram post on March 27, 2025, Brooke detailed her reasons for cutting off contact with both of her parents, citing separate reasons for each estrangement. The accusations she made against her father were especially devastating. She claimed she had been subjected to severe verbal and emotional abuse since childhood, which destroyed her self-esteem and confidence. But that, she said, was only the beginning. Brooke alleged that the abuse often became physical, though she noted that it was not always by the person people might assume, leaving a haunting ambiguity about who was responsible. She described enduring relentless psychological warfare, saying she was trained to project confidence while internally falling apart. Her account included descriptions of receiving vile and demeaning text messages, as well as public verbal attacks that continued well into adulthood. The abuse, she claimed, never stopped. It simply changed forms as she grew older. Perhaps most painfully, Brooke said she was constantly manipulated and used as a public shield for her parents, expected to defend their actions while suffering privately. This revelation cast her past public support for her father during his scandals in a new and heartbreaking light, not as an act of loyalty, but as the conditioned response of a victim trying to appease her abuser. But the abuse allegations were only part of a much broader pattern of disturbing behavior that surrounded Hulk Hogan's life during this period. In 2015, the wrestling world was shaken by one of the most explosive scandals in sports entertainment history. A leaked transcript from a 2007 tape revealed Hogan using racist slurs, including the N-word, while discussing Brooke's dating life. What made the scandal even more unsettling was the context. Hulk's remarks expressed anger and disgust over Brooke reportedly dating a black man, exposing deeply ingrained prejudices and a troubling level of control over his daughter's personal relationships. The fallout was immediate. WWE terminated his contract and removed him from the Hall of Fame. He was later reinstated in 2018 after public apologies, but the damage to his reputation was lasting. The racist comments were not isolated incidents. Additional racially charged remarks surfaced from 2008 jailhouse phone calls between Hulk and his son, Nick, further tarnishing his image and revealing an even darker side of the man once idolized as a hero. At the same time, Hulk was entangled in one of the most high-profile legal battles of the decade, his $100 million lawsuit against Gawker Media after the outlet published portions of the leaked tape. The case ended with a $31 million settlement and the bankruptcy of Gawker, a moment hailed by some as a victory for privacy rights. Yet many critics saw it as a chilling blow to press freedom, especially after it was revealed that tech billionaire Peter Thiel had secretly funded Hogan's lawsuit. The Gawker case also exposed disturbing details about Hulk's personal life and his disregard for the privacy and dignity of those around him, including his own family. The recordings that fueled both the racist scandal and the lawsuit painted a portrait of a man far removed from the wholesome, heroic image he had built over decades in the public eye. Most devastating of all was how these scandals and years of turmoil impacted his relationship with his children, particularly Brooke. In retrospect, her 2009 interview takes on an eerie new resonance, its hints of emotional chaos and confusion now appearing almost prophetic, a young woman unknowingly foreshadowing the painful truths she would one day reveal.